Hello guys, and welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. And today we're gonna be doing part 3 of our hub build or mall. Last time we finished red science, and today we're gonna go on and do this hub thing, which is one of the first things. Well, it should be the first thing that you aim start in a game in your first few hours of gameplay, so that you don't have to manually craft any of these buildings. Now go and see the first and second part in the hub series, so you're more familiar how to start this build and possibly put your own little twist on the build. You don't really want to copy everyone's build. It's where's the fun in that, right? Build just copying other people's builds. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I mean, at least for me, it's more fun to kind of experiment and get inspired from other people, but then at the end building your own, like putting your own little twist on setups. And yeah, okay, so first thing, we're gonna add 15 more buildings in this lineup. It's gonna be in the same line as the rest of them, and to build the buildings out like that, you just click it and drag it, and maximum you can build is 15. So yeah, perfect. So we're gonna add some power poles because these blinking lights are annoying. Could have added one here, this one down. Oh no, that didn't work. We're still gonna need them here anyway, so next we need to add 2 more resources to the line. So like this, steel and glass. Put it all the way out till the end, although I don't think we need it all the way out. Anyway, let's just build it. Right, let's assign what we're gonna put in each assembler. The first assembler is gonna be not a priority building, but something still we're gonna need. We're gonna put water pump. For water pumps, we don't have electric motors set up for production yet, so we're not gonna build these today, but I'm gonna set them up so they're ready to produce probably in the next episode. They'll be all hooked up. The next one we had, I think it was research. Let me open the cheat sheet. Okay, yeah, next one was the research center, matrix lab. I don't know why I want to call it research center. Yeah, the first one is oil refinery, and the second one is the oil extractor. Next we're gonna have the chemical plant. Then we have large storage boxes. I like these. I like to replace my small storage boxes with the big ones as soon as possible. Fuel, water containers, fractionators. These are gonna be needed a lot. Drones, and right next to the drones, we're also gonna build thrusters that we need for building the drones. So they're gonna just feed. They're just gonna directly feed into the drones. After thrusters, we have, where is it? Solar panels. We're not gonna be able to build them yet since we don't have silicon yet. We need that from a different planet. So once we get them from a different planet, then we're gonna start making them. And the next one is next fuel source, which is the new item in the game. We're not gonna be able to build them yet either. These we're gonna start building a little bit later. So yeah, we're not gonna have these yet. And then the super magnetic rings also, they're gonna be set up later. I'm just putting everything on the building so that I know where is what, and I can organize a little bit better. The next one is one of the new items, and yeah, this one. The last one is power banks. Is the pilers. We don't have them yet? Ah, we need the yellow signs for them. Oh, it's okay. So just one item left, so we know what we need there. Batteries we also just gonna need later in the game. It doesn't matter, it's just the setup what matters. Once you set it up, it's just later on when you have the necessary items, you just hook it up and we're ready to go. Right. I'm gonna set all the storage containers. By the way, you can use tab on to build multiple out like that and change spacing in between them. Just drag it out and click tab a couple of times until you have the right spacing in between the buildings. Super easy and makes life so much easier. Next, we're gonna set sorters for every building, just for the storage. And then we need to set production for 2 more materials. Let's start with storage boxes, and let's build it like this. I'm gonna keep same as on every other storage box. I'm just gonna keep the same gap. Then in front of them, I'm gonna slap down assemblers. If you put it like this, it works, you can put it here, but you cannot connect the sorter with the storage box, so it doesn't really work. You have to keep one space. You can have them closer actually. And then we need 2 resources, and then the first one we're gonna make 2 prisms, and the second one is plasma exciters, which are really not needed for many things in a game. There is no need to produce them in mass. It's enough with one assembler to make them for both of these. So the way the setup for these is gonna look like, we're gonna go with one belt from here, and they're gonna feed directly in this assembler. And this one, to make prisms, we need only glass to make them, and then for plasma exciters we need prisms to go directly in here. Then we also need magnetic coils, so there's going to be a second line coming from here and feeding directly in here. Pretty straightforward. I just had to think before I built this, think ahead like a little bit, so I just want it to look like an organized. So if you walk in, you have like a pathway where you walk in and looks like resembles a factory actually. And there we have a cute little belt over. If you want to see how I make these, it's pretty simple. You can check out the guide at the top. It's really quick, like 2-minute video. And you can easily make these belts like this. Just to make sure we're in the correct line. Yep. So it's a little bit of a spaghetti, but like the way I like to call it, this is like organized spaghetti. So it works with me. All right, this is done. Very simple setup. This is all you need. And actually the prisms, you don't need to store them. You can just directly go from from here into here, and I think that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, no need. Otherwise, these are lagging behind. I'm not sure why I set up a storage box. Anyway, right. So we're gonna feed this belt into these two buildings. And you might be thinking, how are you gonna get them in the building? So we're gonna build a small belt here, like this. And exactly the same thing that we did earlier. It just gets a little bit trickier when you are like this close to other buildings. No issue though. So a little bit of engineering here. That's what we are all about in this game. Ah, we could have built that belt a little bit closer. Let's do that. There we go. This is perfect. Awesome. And then we're gonna set two sorters that feed in this one, and one feeds in that one. Now let's set up the rest of the buildings. And sometimes you have to be a little bit think about which belt you can put in. See if you put it in the wrong order here, you're not going to be able to get all the items in. And on this one you might be wondering, but we don't have magnetic coils. They are on the other side over there. So we're gonna do exactly the same thing that we did on this side with plasma exciters. We're gonna kind of jimmy this belt over here so it feeds right into this building. All right, now we have the belt over. And all we need, so this one is a really cool thing you can do, which for a very long time I didn't thought of this, and then I saw someone else do it. I'm like, ooh, this is awesome. Opens so many more possibilities. So you just go over the belt like this. Ta-da! This is awesome. Love it. And from here, we're just gonna feed it in the assembler. Just make sure it's building. Just wanna see something go in there. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Now these buildings to set up is just, it's not complicated, but you have to think about it a little bit. Instead of like the first part of the hub, it's pretty straightforward. Whoopsie. Delete the wrong thing. Now a lot of these buildings is going to require stone, so we're going to have some stone shortage over here. Just for a little while until we fill up the storage boxes. For the fractionators, we don't have processors yet, so they're going to come a little later. Ah, can't get out. Stuck. Okay. So everything is here except the processors. This building same. We don't have the processors. God damn it, can't speak today. These we don't actually need storage. This one we cannot make it yet. This one cannot make it yet. Well, no, we cannot. We don't have the silicon yet. This one we don't have unlocked yet. The pilers and power banks, we cannot make it yet either. But we are all set with what we need. And probably next episode or two, they're all gonna be set up. And yeah, but you from this already, from the gameplay, you can kind of see the way of thinking. Like you build something and then you problem solve, basically. Yeah, so it's not finished by any means, but it's a small tiny step forward. One more thing we can do is I manually crafted some Mach 2 sorters, so we're gonna upgrade this one. We're gonna upgrade this one, so we get them coming in a little bit faster. And we're also gonna adjust the storage boxes. We still can put in the copper because we need it for a couple of builds, but the buildings we need copper for. We don't have the other items, the processors and super rings and all that stuff. So I think this episode was long enough. I typically want to keep the episode the videos here on YouTube around like 10-minute mark, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit shorter if it's like a guide. Thank you so much for watching. Do all the things to feed the algorithm, and I'm out. And to finish things off, I'm just gonna do a little time lapse of me building a little bit more concrete around the planet. Bye bye.